When installing any type of laminate or floating floor that comes like this with the little groove in it, let me show you the tools that you're gonna need. Very easy, very simple.
Okay, got your basic chop saw for making your cross cuts, your rip saw for making your rip cuts, or either you can use a regular circular saw, whichever one. It's just easy to do with a rip saw. Basic carpenter square. This is the undercut saw, or either oscillating saw, so you can cut the door jambs down, so you can slide the laminate underneath it. For installing the, and then also a jigsaw, just in case you have to cut around registers or whatever the case is, and then just a regular bit, so you can drill a hole into it, so you can get your jigsaw in it, so you can start making your cuts. For the actual flooring, only a couple of tools is really needed. It's just your pull bar. That's to pull the laminate close. You got your tapping bar, a tapping block, and you got your mallet. Of course, measuring stuff, tape measure, carpenter square, pencil. That's pretty much what I did.
That's it?
That's enough, ain't it?
There's some damn enough. Yeah, okay. Here you want to make sure that you are using some type of shim against the actual wall and your floor. You want to allow the floor room to float around and not fit super tight. So always make sure you allow that little bit of space between floor and baseboard area, or the bottom of the wall, I should say, so that you don't get a snug fit and the floor has room to move. Here, Ron is using an oscillating tool to cut underneath the door frame area that you see here, so that the wood can slide snugly underneath that seamlessly. All right, so go ahead. Let me see.
I undercut that so I can get this in, but I didn't see that gook in there. But this is a good example of why you undercut. See right there, that needs to get in there.
Right.
Because on this edge, how much leftover I got, that's how far I gotta go.
Okay.
So I gotta slide that in there, get it in, then get it out. So I gotta get all this old caulk out.
Okay.
Uh-oh, wrong way.
When?
All right, now I should be able to get in there.
Okay.
I need a little more.
Oh.
A little more.
A little more cut off, you mean?
Yeah. A little more cut off this end.
Okay, gotcha.
Get in there.
Gotcha. It's looking so good. Oh my God, it's so nice. I'm in freaking love. I amaze myself sometimes. Oh, this room is going to be fabulous. Think you took off enough?
I don't know.
Well, we about to see, Poppy.
We gonna see. It's a hard piece.
They're doing the edges. Well, looks like it's in there.
Get that in there. In that angle. Hey.
Now, question, how are you gonna slide it with no space to put the little piece in to slide?
Yeah, I got my handy dandy chisel.
Okay.
any bar. Bam.
And it locked.
And it's under the door.
And then the shoe mold will go over that part.
The shoe mold will go over this part, and then we just caulk it now.
Okay.
But that's how you make that real clean.
Looks good, baby. I love it. I am in love. Ooh, all the different color variations. It's giving me my life.
Right here, and go under, then go around. So it can be nice and clean if it go in there. Uh-oh. Cut a little bit off the tip here.
Okay.
Get it in there. All right. Make it nice and.
Right under the door. So that just lets you know when you have a room that's pretty much square, just like a square box like this, it would seem really, really easy to just lay the wood and just flow back and forth. But that's not the case when you're getting around like doors like this and returns like this where your vents come out. You have to take in account of that. Your transition strips, when you're putting them at wherever the next threshold is, you want to make sure you put them, they have to be placed there as well. So then you have to give account for not butting up your wood to that. So they have room to move around, to float, as they say. Which is why I showed you the shims in the first part of the video. That's what that does. Keeps your floor from sliding all over the place, but not too much though. It gives it room to expand and contract. Dealing with the heat or whatever, the temperature, the weather, whatever it is. But you get the gist of it. And he's done all of that. Over to this point, he only has this little patch right here to go. And then he'll be done. This is the transition strip right here that we got to transition from here to outdoors. So see, everything makes it look so clean and done. Can I take the sticker off first?
Sure.
I'll take that off for you.
Last piece.
What's stopping it from going?
This. This. I need to. So I cut it to that, but I gotta actually get it past the lip in order to bring it back. So I'm gonna have to. I don't like the gaps, like around the here. You know, you see.
So what you gotta cut?
So I'm gonna cut the wood.
The wood itself?
Yep. Because we can always stretch the wood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's wool filler, putty. Let's see. Thinking we got it.
Now, how are you're gonna seal this lip. I mean this crack, this space.
Same way I've been doing all of them. Now the question is how I'm gonna put this in.
Into the piece.
Oh God.
I can't use that pull thing.
Oh, yeah.
She's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay. There you go. Whew. Why do you keep playing? Why do you keep trying to attack me with that? Why do you keep trying to attack me with that? Stop it.
I'm trying to show you how far you are away from greatness.
I'm scared.
And now you're about 13 feet.
That's what you did. Hello there. Okay, so.
Yeah, this is a good idea, babe. It was a good idea.
So my idea was, let me just share in case I haven't. I wanted Ron to create a faux back wall. This is the sunroom and there's just windows. It's just surrounded by windows, right? And a lot of natural light comes through this room, even with covering up these windows. So I wanted it to have like a back wall feel, not more so a sunroom, but kind of like a room. So I asked him to create something that wasn't permanent. And this is what he came up with. I just said a faux wall that I could wallpaper as a backdrop. And this is what he came up with by me saying that. So what are you doing, sir?
So at first I was thinking about a sheet of plywood or anything thin, like a sheet of brown board, luan, whatever the case is. But you don't like the seams, and I understand that because again you wanted it permanent, not permanent, temporary. So by you actually suggesting that I turn the boards the long way, you know, that way you can get 16 feet across. Of course, when I have 16 feet, we're showing like 13.6 or something like that. And I was only going to go from casing to casing because 3 4-foot sheets will give me 12 feet, right? Well, this is a little over, this is like 12'3", and you didn't like the idea that we would see this case.
Right.
And then you also didn't like the idea of the seams, whatever the case is, so you was like, why don't you turn the boards that way? You know. I didn't think about that, so turning the boards that way, now we got 16 feet, and that only allows for 2 panels, and we'll just, you know, however much, I think it was like 81 and 3,
okay,
whatever the measurement. But so the board here, and then the seam will be covered up with wallpaper, like you say. So you ain't gonna really see the seam anyway.
I just needed a flat surface. Yes, and see, initially he was gonna stop here, like here, and so you just saw a wall, you just saw the wall, and then over there you just saw a wall. So I'm like, oh, come on, Ron, like just go all the way. So that's where this frame came in at, which I think was genius how he did it. So it's not gonna take up any floor space, literally, except for that thickness right there. is the amount of floor space that's gonna take up.
And some of that is gonna, and the way I designed it, is that it's gonna go in between the casing. So it's only gonna stick out a little bit past the window, which will clear, the windows and give it a little breathing room.
Right.
And then this thing would actually literally just hang there like a picture. I can tack it up if I wanted to, but it literally just hang there like a picture.
Okay.
And so if we ever need to take it off the wall, then we just got 2 panels that we can just take off, open the windows, clean the windows, do what we need to do, and then just put the panels back. Now, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work, but I'm getting ready to dry fit it now.
Okay.
After I screw this last. And this is 1x2 material, which is not that heavy, but I want to make the frame a little bulky. That way, the board, whatever, because it's going to be a thin piece of board. I don't want it flimsy. Open up the door and it wobble or whatever this is, and then you might want to hang something on it or,
Right.
So I want it to have a little bit of, durability.
Okay.
I just got this last one to do and then I'll be ready.
Okay.
And then once we put that board on, with this frame and that board all becomes rigid.
So you also took the baseboard off here on this wall so that it'll fit flush. And the rest of it has baseboards. And we still have to add the shoe molding now that the floors are done.
Okay, let's see. I'm thinking this should work. And it's the same 2 panels. So this is really light.
Yeah.
Oh, please fit. Bam.
Faux wall, folks. Faux wall.
And then I'll tack it up. I'll tack, and that's it. And then the same frame. Now, this distance between them, I got enough to fit another one in.
For the other window.
But technically speaking,
So another one will butt up against this one and go that way.
technically speaking, it should be the same exact build. Now let me do this. You take it, flip it around.
So if you're saying if your measurements are right, then it should fit the other window as well.
Yeah. That way the panels is on. Okay, I gotta make this panel over here a little different. I gotta make this panel a little different, so I gotta measure it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's this one. And then I'm thinking icing on the cake, because you really want it to go all the way up to the ceiling. I don't think it has to. But the icing on the cake, maybe we can just put like from here all the way down, a piece of crown.
Okay.
Maybe put some lights in it.
Some lights.
LED.
What color?
Whatever color you want.
Oh, I can get them pink.
RGB.
Pink?
Red, green, blue, do any color.
Okay.
Yeah.
So crown molding at the top, and you'll see just a little bit up. So that looks intentional. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm very okay with that.
I gotta build the other panel now.
Okay. Panel 1 is up. Panel 2 is about to go here. And it literally only takes up that much space from the wall.